If you want to get fitter and you're looking for a better way, here's an idea for you. Use a new time-saving method to reduce your workout duration from 30 to 60 minutes down to 15 minutes. You don't have to do high-intensity interval training, you don't have to lift very heavy weights, and you don't have to travel to a gym. Hi, this is Terence, founder of the Fit Formula Method. Next to me is Coach Candy, and together we help people get into shape and lose fat using this unique time-saving method. In this video, we want to share this time-saving method so that you can apply it right away. Most people have never heard of this approach, and that's why we have created this video to spread the word. In the first part of the video, I will teach you this time-saving method so that you can save time and get fit safely. In the second part of the video, you can perform a quick 9-minute workout with me and see if you like this method. In the final part of the video, I'll share my top 3 tips to help you get better and faster results. I guarantee you will find value from these tips. Alright, let's get into it. Let me introduce Ariel. This is Ariel, and like many of us, she found it challenging to carve out 30 to 60 minutes for a training session every day. She was spending time and money traveling to the training venue and spending on gym fees. And right now, instead of doing that, she's using one of the most efficient exercise methods that we teach called TUT. She reduced her training time down to 15 to 25 minutes. She doesn't have to travel to exercise. She doesn't spend on gym fees anymore. It's sustainable and it helps her to save money. Now here's Simone. Simone was worried about her past injuries and all the surgeries that she had, and she wasn't sure about what exercises to do or avoid doing. So instead of worrying, she's now using our T15 method, which is easy on the joints. It's one of the safest ways to exercise. She discovered which exercises suited her level of fitness and learned which ones to avoid. She also has a peace of mind doing the exercises with the appropriate intensity and being guided by a coach. Like me, if you don't like HIIT training, the one with all the fast movements that spike up your heart rate and sometimes make you feel a little bit out of breath, you can do this instead. You can use our T15 method, which features slower and controlled movements. It doesn't spike the heart rate like HIIT exercises do. It's more comfortable for all age groups and fitness levels, and the best part, you can do it in the comfort of your own home. Now, I'll just share a little bit about my transformation. I was not always in good shape, and it took me time and effort to transform. Same thing with Coach Candy. We went from being like this to being like that. And I believe that our transformation was possible for us. I also believe that it's possible for you. Now, if you have questions, go ahead and pause the video, write them down. I would love to answer your questions. At the end of the video, I'll show you how you can contact us and get all your questions answered. So what is this new time-saving method, Terence? Now, this method that we use is called time under tension. This requires slower and controlled movements, resulting in more muscle activation without the need for heavy weights. Our T15 sessions is our full body exercises combined with the time under tension technique, all done in just 15 minutes. Now, this T15 session is usually done live on Zoom, where we will have a two-way interaction. The coaches can see if you are doing the exercises correctly and adjust the intensity levels, and also help you constantly improve your exercise technique. Obviously, this is a recorded video and I can't see your exercise movements. For best results, get real-time feedback when you schedule a trial fitness session with us or any fitness professional. You get faster and safer results when you are doing the right exercises with the right technique at the right intensity. So many people who have used our T15 method notice higher energy levels within the first 2 weeks of training. Now let's look at Coach Kenny performing a bodyweight squat using the time under tension technique. So as you can see, the movements are much slower than what you would normally notice. Each repetition lasts for about 6 to 8 seconds and each round lasts for about 60 seconds. If you want to feel safer, you can also squat from a seated position on a dining chair that is placed against a wall. Now, is 15 minutes enough? We get this question a lot. 15 minutes is sufficient when you're performing the right exercise for you at the right intensity. How do you know what's the right intensity for you? Take a fitness assessment. Now, the way we do an assessment is to have you perform a series of exercises that increase in difficulty until you reach a variation that feels about a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10, 10 being the hardest. If the exercises are too easy, you might not see any results. On the other hand, if the exercise variations are too hard, you might get injured or feel very uncomfortable. Now, why T15? The short 15-minute duration makes it easy for many people to maintain a consistent exercise routine. Shorter workouts also mean faster recovery and less muscle soreness when compared with a longer workout. As you become fitter, you can always increase the duration from 15 minutes up to 25 minutes. Generally, you do not need to exceed 15 minutes using our T15 method. So let's start. You need an exercise mat or a large towel. Go ahead and pause the video, and when you're ready, let's begin. For today's workout, we will be performing a bodyweight squat, wide cobra push-ups, and a lying knee lifts for 4 rounds in a total of 9 minutes. So this is a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. It is not a recommendation to perform a particular exercise, as we don't know your history of injuries or exercise experience. If you're not sure about starting a fitness routine, please consult your healthcare provider first. Now, quick safety briefing. Remember not to hold your breath. There are no pauses between the exercise, so from one to the other exercise, move quickly. And you should feel that you're challenged nearing the last part of each set. If you feel that you can go on for another 1 minute, that means that the exercise is too easy for you and you should be doing a more challenging variation. Remember, do stop the exercise if you feel any pain or if you feel out of breath at any time. Okay, let's get practicing before we get into the 4 rounds. So this is a bodyweight squat. You start with your feet shoulder width apart, and as you move down, you want to push your hips back first as though you are trying to reach out and sit on a chair. You can also lean your shoulders forward and move your arms forward for balance. Make sure you keep your knees somewhere above your toes. That's the first exercise. The second exercise, the cobra push-ups. You want to lie down in a push-up position with your hands slightly wider than shoulder width, and you want to move up while keeping your lower body on the ground. You can also do this slower if you feel stronger. You can try it's more challenging. You can try to do it slower. The last one is for our core muscles, and before we begin, you just want to check that your core muscles or the lower abs are squeezed so that your lower back is flat on the ground. If there's a gap, you can put your hand through that gap between your lower back and your hand. That means that you need to squeeze your core a little bit more so that there's no gap. After you got that position, you can then move your legs alternating in an alternating way. As you drive your knees towards you, you want to squeeze your core as hard as possible. Okay, so those are the 3 exercises. We'll be doing the 3 exercises for 9 minutes. And if you're ready, let's go. All right, here we go. Let's start with the squats. Get into the squat position with your feet shoulder width apart and count to 3 or 4, down to 3, up to 3. So it might take some time for you to get used to a much slower tempo, but you will realize that as you're doing the exercise at a slower tempo, your muscles actually have to work harder, and you'll feel that all the small muscles have to also be recruited in order to make a slow and controlled movement. So this is our first exercise, the bodyweight squat. There are many versions of the squat. This is the only one that we're doing right now. Okay, when you hear this beeping sound, it means that we need to get into the next exercise position. So right now, we're on the floor and having the hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart and getting ready and doing the wide cobra push-ups. So your lower body is on the floor. Now again, for every exercise, there are many variations from wall push-up to cobra push-up to the knee push-ups, which are one level more difficult than what you see right here. So important thing is to eventually find which one is suitable for you at this point of time in your fitness journey. So remember to keep on breathing. Okay, here's the cue for the next exercise. So you want to flip over and face up. Once again, make sure your lower body is flat on the ground, and as you are driving your knees towards your face, you want to squeeze your core muscle as hard as you can. Now, it's easy just to focus on doing the movements, but what's even more important is to know which exercise is meant to work which muscle. So this exercise is meant to work the core muscles, and you want to be really squeezing your core muscle as hard as you can. Remember to keep breathing, don't hold your breath. Really important thing to note. Right after this, we're getting into the start of round 2. So up on your feet, back into the squats. Now as you're doing the squat, one of the things to take note is the position of your knees. So as you are moving into the squat position, just look down. Your knees should be somewhere above your feet. They shouldn't be too far in front of your toes or too far inward or outward. Somewhere above your feet will be a nice position for your knees. If you feel that you can't go all the way down, you don't have to go that low actually. You can just do a half squat. You do the version that works best for you. There are several more challenging versions of the squat. Single leg squat, split squat, side squat. Right now we're just doing this one, but eventually find the one that works for you at this point of time. Okay, now into the push-up position. So if you find this version a little bit easy to do, you can always switch to moving the level 1 up, doing knee push-ups, which means that your knees are touching the floor, but your waist is not on the floor. So again, count to 3 or even 4, nice and slow movements. You can even go slower than Coach Candy in this particular video. A good time to breathe out is when you are pushing away from the ground. So you can breathe out as you are pushing yourself up. So you go and then come down. Alright, now we're into the third exercise. Once again, check your lower back, it's flat on the floor. Squeeze your lower abs. And as you drive your knees up, you want to squeeze your core muscles. So after this exercise, we'll be at the halfway point. Just 2 more rounds to go. For this set of exercises, each exercise actually lasts slightly less than 60 seconds. So we'll be going through these exercises really quickly. So remember to keep breathing. And there are more challenging variations of this exercise. I'll explain to you as we get into round 3. Alright, up on your feet, and congratulations, we are halfway there. And now we are again focusing on doing the squats in the time under tension method, very slow and controlled. So during our live sessions, you will actually see the video here, and the coaches will be just watching you do the exercise. Doesn't really make sense if we are performing the exercise and we have to turn away and we can't see the screen, we can't see you. So during our live workouts, it will look exactly like this, with the video of the exercise playing and the coach is watching you over Zoom. Alright, we are nearing the end of this set and into the push-up position. I have some friends who say that when they do a push-up and they do it at this pace very slowly, they can actually do a much smaller amount of push-ups, much fewer push-ups. And this is very common. I think what you should be thinking of is not just the number of repetitions, but how long you're actually doing that exercise. So if this push-up is going on for 1 minute, it's still a good muscle workout because you're going on for an entire minute without your muscles resting, without your upper body muscles resting. Alright, now we're getting ready to face up and going into the second last round. Now as I said, when you're doing a more difficult variation of this, one simple tool that we like to use is called the ankle weights. So you can get something that is half a kg, 1 kilo, or even 2 kilos. Put it around your ankle when you're doing this exercise, and that might help you to tire yourself out within that 60 seconds so that you don't have to go on for 2 or 3 minutes just to get a good workout. You want to find a variation that is challenging enough for you, but at the same time, not overly challenging. So as you can see, no sudden movements. It's quite easy and safe for all fitness levels to try using time and attention. Alright, we're into the final round. It's just a few more minutes, just a couple of minutes as we reach the 9-minute mark. So once again, we're back into the squat. And as you realize, the last time we did the squat was like 2 minutes ago. So you did have some amount of time to rest your leg muscles as you were doing the other exercises. So putting the exercise in this combination helps to get through the exercise in a very quick and efficient way. So right after the squat, we are heading towards our last set of push-ups. So just hang in there. We only have just over 2 minutes to complete our 9-minute workout. Alright, now face down on the floor. And by now, in the 4th round, if you weren't feeling tired the first round, you would probably feel a little bit more at round 4. We often go as far as round 5 for our 15-minute sessions. So although it's a 15-minute workout, it can get quite intense and it can get your blood pumping throughout your entire body. But not to the extent where you feel exhausted. So it's a nice 15-minute exercise. Alright, we are almost there and into the final exercise for this 9-minute session. Alright, now face up for the last bit of today's exercise, the last round of the lying knee lifts. You can also do this in a standing position, but this particular position also helps you to work and activate your lower back muscles. Alright, just a few seconds more and we'll complete our 9-minute workout. Our usual T15 workouts are 15 minutes long, so that's another 6 more minutes. But I hope that you've enjoyed this so far. Watch out for the last tune. That beeping sound is a different one. Everyone is always looking forward to hearing that different beeping sound, indicating the end of the exercise session. Alright, we have done it. Congratulations. I hope you enjoyed the workout and you're feeling refreshed. Now don't expect to master this technique in just 10 minutes. This is just the beginning. Now, if there are 7 levels to time under tension, what we did was just level 1. So be patient and give yourself some time to learn and discover. Now here are my 3 top tips to help you accelerate your progress. And one quick way is to learn from people who have already achieved success in their health and fitness transformation. Number 1, create time for exercise. I can't say this enough. This is the very first step. You need to go to your calendar and find and create a time that you can exercise every day. It could be early in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, before your shower, whatever it is. All I know is that when people skip this step, they usually never reach their health and fitness goals simply because they miss this very important first step. Number 2, find out what exercises to do first instead of how to do an exercise. Now, what exercises that best suit you will depend on 3 things. 1, your history of injuries and your experience with exercise. 2, your goals, and also your personality and preferences. When you know what exercises to do that match your needs and goals, you can accelerate your progress and also avoid injury. Now, you can easily find out how to do an exercise by doing a search online, but that exercise may be bad for you. And if you don't know what exercises are most suitable for you, find a fitness coach and take a fitness assessment. Find out what exercises to do before learning how to perform an exercise. That's tip number 2. Number 3, use tools to accelerate your pace of progress. Now, in order for you to fully understand this point, I will need a few minutes to explain how this works. We all know that the right tools help us get the job done faster and in a safe manner. Now, what's the most important tool, most powerful tool I would recommend? It's called the FIT Formula Map. Now, the FIT Formula Map is the most powerful self-assessment tool that we have created, and I'll show you what it does and how you can use it. Now, our FIT Formula method combines our time under tension method of exercising in 15 minutes plus the FIT Formula Map, which is mainly to help you accelerate your progress. If you're not seeing the results that you want, the hidden obstacles could be the main reason. Now, 99% of fitness trainers won't know your hidden obstacles because they are hidden. The FIT Formula Map will help you uncover these hidden obstacles, and it only takes 15 minutes. Instead of trying to figure it out on your own, using this tool can save you hundreds of hours. Here's what it looks like. It's a colorful map. It's a bit blurred out because this belongs to somebody. It's confidential. So you can instantly see an overview of your health status in 10 different areas. Now, these areas include hydration, sleep, nutrition, stress, movement, emotions, and so on. Now, if you're not getting results, but you're taking the right actions, you're doing some exercise, you're maybe even eating well, but if you're doing things in the wrong sequence, that's the reason why you're not seeing results. Now, the FIT Formula Map will help you identify the right sequence of things to do. Now, sequence is super important when it comes to baking or construction or playing Lego. We all know that. But why doesn't anyone talk about sequence when it comes to health? If you are taking the right actions and you're putting them in the right sequence, I'm sure you'll get to see results. Now, there are many healthy habits that you could focus on, but here's the thing, how do you know which one to focus on first? This FIT Formula Map, your FIT Formula Map, will reveal hidden obstacles and help you prioritize the sequence of actions to take. Once you know what exercises to do and the right sequence, you're guaranteed to make faster progress. Now, I've noticed that people who get results tend to have three things. They have a strong desire to achieve their health and fitness goals. They have a positive view towards exercise, and they're open to feedback and willing to learn. Now, if that sounds like you, I want to invite you to take our FIT Formula method for a free test drive. To book a trial fitness session, click on the link in the description, or if you're on our webpage, the booking form is right below this video. In our trial fitness session, instead of figuring out which exercises that suit you and you're not being sure, right, you can take a fitness assessment and find exercises that suit you, progress safely, and have a peace of mind. Instead of figuring everything out on your own, you can use our powerful FIT Formula Map and get faster results. Now, go ahead and share this educational video that we have made. Help your friends and loved ones discover this time-saving method that's easy on the joints and safe for all fitness levels. Perhaps you could even invite them to attend a trial session with you. So go ahead and book your trial fitness session with us. The booking form looks just like this. Hope you're excited to find the exercises that suit you and to get faster results. If you have questions before booking a session, do contact us on WhatsApp. This is our number right here. Look forward to meeting you and help you get the results that you want. See you soon and have a great day.